What's up, guys? It's Andy, and today, or should I say tonight, we are going out to the barn to do night check and night feed. We have one of our barn members who ended up going to the Minnesota Harvest Fair to compete. So it got kind of complicated. In my last video, I explained how our assistant trainer is leaving or has left now. Her last day was this week to go to Florida to work under a trainer down at WEC. And so we kind of had, this was the last weekend of showing, I think, for our barn. So she was supposed to teach today so that everyone could go to Minnesota. And so since she put in her 2 weeks, plans changed. So my trainer actually stayed home and our rider went with a fellow trainer from the area. And so she stayed and taught lessons this morning, and Gideon was amazing. We had 2 amazing rides in a row, and I got neither of them on camera, so typical for this channel. And now we're having trouble finding help at the barn, and my friend Alicia usually does night feed, but she really just wanted a weekend off, and so I said that I would be willing to do it this one time. I don't want it to become a reliance on me because I do value my days off. I already work 5 days a week, over 40 hours a week, and I don't want to work more than that, just mental health reasons. So I will be going out and feeding tonight. I have my trusty list on my phone, and Alicia walked me through everything I needed to do. I did night close and check feed with her one night a couple weeks ago to kind of make myself a list to follow. So I'll be following that list, and basically all we have to do is show up, grain a couple of horses that get night feed, make sure everybody has hay and water. I'll probably pick out Gideon's stall since he's been in most of the day, and then feed the outdoor horses in the front some hay and make sure everybody's locked up and the lights are all turned off and good for the night. So let's go ahead and head out to the barn. So I am not allergic to hay, but pretty sensitive to it. So luckily it's cold enough out that I'm able to wear clothing that is appropriate for the weather so I won't die of heat stroke, but also really good for throwing hay. So I've got this long sleeve shirt on, pulled my hair back up in a French braid, sort of. My hair is a little too short for a French braid. And then, so this is nice and thick and rough, so it will keep any hay from poking through. I'm also gonna have a fleece that I'm gonna wear as well, so that it just is like another layer I can take off after I throw hay. And I've got jeans on that are gonna be big enough to cover my muck boots so that I don't have to worry about hay going in my boots. So this is the fit for the night. And yeah, let's go ahead and get going. Also, sorry for the red face. I'm on antibiotics because I have tonsil problems, and for some reason I'm having flushing reaction, which is the redness of the face, which is weird because I've been on this antibiotic multiple times a year for many years because I have tonsil problems. So we're gonna look like I'm really hot, but I trust me, I'm not. It's just a side effect. So, you know, medication knowledge, the more you know. Okay, Gideon's through that door. Sometimes he cries when I show up. Oh, it's so dark. I know there's a step up here somewhere. Oh, there's a light. Okay. Hi, ponies. Everybody waiting for dinner? Oh boy. So the first thing I'm gonna do is turn on that light. Everybody's happy. And first we are going to feed the horses that get night feed. Okay, so first I had to go ahead and feed the 3 horses that get an evening meal. Not everybody does. Everybody just has free hay most of the time, and everyone gets breakfast. After I gather the buckets back together, then I go in the feed room and start making the feed. I was just cracking up watching myself in this video. I was so confused. Coming up, I'll have some time markers of like issues that I had, anything from running out of feed to people not having their supplements according to the board and just like not doing this very often. I was so confused. Like you can see me just like staring at the board so many times, like in absolute confusion. And every time there was a problem or basically a cut to this video is every time almost that I had to stop and text Alicia, who does this on a regular basis, and be like, what the heck am I doing? What is happening? And then also messaging the barn owner about all the stuff that was missing and incorrect according to the board. So that was exciting and enthralling. So enjoy this sped up clip. Most of these clips are going to be at warp speed because otherwise this would be a 3 hour long video and nobody wants that. So enjoy. Am I blind? So now I'm going to be doing the hay. So I usually start off, I shouldn't say I don't do this. This is my first night doing this. So I took the hay bags first as I was instructed to, got those filled up. They hold a lot of hay, but the two horses, the first one is really large and the other one has a hard time keeping weight on. So we have to give them just as much as we can. And my cart ran out just between the two of them, so I had to go back and get some more hay. But basically, after I go ahead and do these hay bags, I just start loading up the wheelbarrow and taking it to the horses. Now, I'm not like super gifted at deciding who gets how much, and a lot of them get free hay on the floor, and so they don't have anything limiting how quickly they eat it. And so I'm always nervous about horses not having hay overnight because of colic. So that's always a main concern for me. But like the ponies aren't supposed to get too much because they're all kind of chunky. And I just was kind of unsure. And I think I did an okay job. Some of the horses were eating it so fast though before I even left. So I got really anxious about that. So hopefully, I'm sure everybody made it through the night just fine.
And basically, yeah, I just work my way down the aisle. There was some hay down at the other aisle from one of the ponies being overfed earlier in the day, so I was going to use that up and just kind of go from there. So let's just keep watching.
There is not enough hay for the pony aisle, which is where my horse is. So I have to go up and throw hay anyways. I'll probably just throw an extra flake or two to get those guys fed. And I'll turn you back on when the lights are on. I'm gonna be pulling hay from there. And I have this little chute here that I'm gonna be shooting it down. And when I get some over, I'll start filming.
So now that the hay is thrown down into the lower barn, I will load up the wheelbarrow as much as I can, and I also have a secondary non-mobile wheelbarrow that I will put the extra hay up onto. And there was so much hay, I didn't realize how much I had thrown, but keeping in mind that I had to feed the pony aisle, which I decided halfway through. I was so tired of throwing the hay that I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna feed the ponies first and my horse, and then I'll worry about putting back whatever I don't use. And that ended up working out pretty well. So after I finish feeding the ponies and my horse, and then getting the hay stacked up, that is pretty much it for the hay. Now I need to clean up the big mess that I made. So once I got that entirely huge pile all thrown up there between my arms and the pitchfork, I went ahead and swept the area clean, and then we take the excess hay and just kind of sweep it into the stalls, and the horses will eat it. And we do that all the way down the main aisle as well as the pony aisle. And so that's what I will be doing next. So I totally did not film the watering of the first half or me pulling like 50 feet of hose into the barn, which was hilarious, I bet, to watch. But I just kind of cut clips because who wants to watch someone fill water buckets? It's kind of silly. So I just did a couple of them, and then I had to grab, there's no hose that goes to the pony aisle, so I had to grab the buckets and carry them over manually. and fill those up, which I thought I could maybe do 2 at a time. Each of the ponies only had 1 bucket, and then my horse has 2, but he only drank out of 1, so I only had 1 to fill. So there were only 3 buckets that needed to be filled. And I thought maybe I could do more than 1 at a time carrying them, and that was a hilarious joke because my back basically tweaked out. I was like, abso-freaking-lutely not. So I had to do the waddle walk with 1 bucket at a time back down Pony Aisle.
Okay, so Jody put out a pile of hay for the outdoor horses. So I'm gonna give them that. I don't have much light to work with. So I think I'm gonna set you guys up here in the driveway, and you're not gonna be able to see anything probably. So we'll just, yeah, I'm abandoning this idea. You can't see anything. Okay, I'll catch up with you in a minute. Okay, so feed, check. Cart ready for tomorrow, check. Everybody's got hay, check. Waters, check. Through hay for tomorrow, check. Outdoor horses fed, check. So now we will do a quick stall check. Make sure everybody is fine and locked. My Gigi, there's no lights down here. Locked. Daisy's locked. And Bella's locked. Fancy's outside and no one down there. So we'll turn off the lights here. Feed room is closed. Everything is swept. So light and light. Okay. We'll walk down and then back up. Water's off and drained. Clyde locked. Ivy locked. So is Cooper. Summer and Ladybug are locked. Fan is unplugged. Peaches is at the show. Mia is locked. Water is off. Hose is disconnected and back outside. Dallas locked. Sweetie locked. Luke also locked. Oreo looking as cute as ever. Okay, last couple. Ringo locked and Emmett is locked. You want to say hi to camera? You say hi? Say hi, camera. So cute. And Rhett is also locked. Okay, I think that's it. So that took me a lot longer than it should, mainly because I was also videoing, but then like for feed, half the stuff was missing. We're running low on some feed. There wasn't enough hay. Sorry, I got hay in my lungs. Wasn't enough hay to feed everybody, so I had to run up, throw down feed for tomorrow and to finish tonight. I don't do this on a regular basis, so I always feel like I either underfed or overfed. I don't know, I guess we'll find out in the morning. Everybody drank all of their water. They've been in since 2, so that took a really long time also. And the outdoor horses are fed. Yes, Oreo, I understand. Oreo says goodbye. I'm gonna go home and go to bed because I'm freaking tired. That took me like 2 hours almost. So I will catch you guys in the next vlog. Bye.